So this is adapted from a book of stories you wrote. So I wonder if you could sort of talk us through how it all kind of came together.
Sure. So I wrote the book. I started the book when I went back to UCLA, and I was working with a teacher named Mona Simpson, who coincidentally or incidentally is the sister of Steve Jobs, and she was my teacher. And I just started writing it there, and then I went on to grad school here in New York, and I finished the book largely under the guidance of a teacher named Amy Hempel. And I was really, going to school to write and just to write a book. I wasn't thinking about a movie. And then once I wrote the book and it came out, then I naturally thought about a movie. But I thought, I'd been doing a lot of collaboration at that point, and even adapting some other people's books. I think I had adapted As I Lay Dying by Faulkner at that point. And I really appreciated the collaborative process and how ideas that I wouldn't generate on my own, would happen in collaborations, and material would be taken in directions that I wouldn't conceive of if I was just working by myself. And so, there was something, I just felt like there was something just not attractive to me about adapting my own book, that it would be in the best, I could do it, but it would just be kind of one more iteration of me, I guess. And so I thought I wanted somebody else to do it, and really not long after that, I was introduced to Gia by her mother, Jackie Getty. It almost feels like it was like fate or something, because I'd never met Gia before, and earlier in the day, I was at this deli in LA called Jones on 3rd, and like these kids came in. I was there with my old girlfriend, and we were eating, and these young kids, they weren't teens, but these young kids came in, and they just there was something about them, they were just cool, and they like caught my eye for whatever reason. They were just like, oh, look at these. There was 8 of them, and I was like, oh, those are cool kids. And then that night, it was the gala at the Museum of Contemporary Art, and we went up to the after party, and Jackie introduced me to Gia, and I was like, hey, were you at Jones on 3rd? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you're one of those cool kids? She's like, I guess. And then we just started talking, and in that conversation, she said she loved Freaks and Geeks, which was sort of a good reference eventually for this. And then I asked her what she was up to, and she had just graduated with a degree in photography. And so about a week later, I saw some of her photos, and they were really kind of images like the images in the movie, largely like, glimpses at teen life, but with a sort of dreamy quality, or something a little elevated about them. And I just thought that was the right sensibility for this. It was sort of matched the sensibility that I was trying to capture in the book, and so I just had a good feeling. Sometimes sometimes I am impulsive, and sometimes that works out, and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it really worked, and I wrote her, and I said, I have this book. I think you're the right person to adapt it. What do you think? And she said, well, I never thought about directing a movie. Of course, my family's all about movies, but I never thought about doing it myself. And but I'm interested. And she read the book and really liked it, and started like a 4 or 5 year process of getting to here.